Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Tonight is our 5th call with the Facebook training, but we're going to go over quite a few different things. Number one, kind of all the activities that are happening right at this moment. Let's cover those, make sure that everybody understands them and really sees how easy, hello, Nastasha, how easy they are and how easy it is to build this business right now. Our industry, or I should say our business with Isogenics, has truly never been easier with all these changes. So I want to kind of dive into that as much as possible, but then I want to kind of talk to you guys about how you're doing with the Facebook training, what you're doing with it, and either where you're having great success or where you might need some group interaction as to what's going on. So very interactive call tonight. So thank you guys all so much for being on. Feel free to not mute unless you have a lot of background noise. And know that for some reason my volume is not really good. So if you're speaking and I can't hear you, just wave your hands and I'll be quiet. All right, I want to welcome you guys. Thanks so much for being on the call tonight. How is everybody doing with Facebook training? Have you implemented anything different from last week to this week? And I know Damien and Jill, I owe you guys books. I'm going to the office tomorrow.
You said we're going to have a call tomorrow?
Well, we certainly can have a call tomorrow, Jill. You know what I say. Wave those hands and you've got it. Aaron actually has one scheduled for 2 p.m. your time, right?
Yes.
Yep, so feel free to jump on. But we can certainly do that. No, I need to get your Facebook books in the mail. I have not mailed out yours and Damon's books yet, so they are going to go in the mail tomorrow.
Thank you.
Have you guys all been able to watch all of Jim Lepkin's 4 videos that he has on the Facebook training?
I have not.
Okay, no problem. Again, no judgment, so be honest so that we can talk about it. So don't be afraid to speak up. Fiona, you were on all of his live calls. Have you gone back to rewatch them?
The first one.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one I rewatched. The other ones, I think the first one had the biggest, was that the one with the graph search?
Yes.
I went to go back to look at the graph search because I still have trouble with that. I still have trouble graph searching.
So let's talk graph search. You guys haven't started this yet, and even if you don't want to graph search, some people love to graph search, some people are a little nervous about it. So let's discuss that. The whole purpose of graph search is to build your friendships with other people, right? So you're going to type in there people who live in Scottsdale or people who love health foods or people who are looking for weight loss. But basically you go up to the top. And if you watch Jim's first video, which is pinned in the Facebook Bootcamp group, he goes through it in detail and he shows you the graphs and he shows you how to do it. But the whole purpose is to find people who have those type of common interests or common location. However, I also believe in mutual connections, and Jim does too. And I think there's a lot to be said about even just starting to work with the people you know and the people that you know through other people before going to strangers. It's a lot easier to have people believe, trust, and love and respect you when they know you. Now, granted, Aaron's proving me wrong on all of this because Aaron and I were complete strangers before the beginning of March. And Aaron has Damon and Jill on this call, and they're all movers and shakers. So thank you, Damon, so much for proving me wrong with that. But you can go many different directions. So if you have a large network and you want to just start there, just start with your network and fly through all the people that you have in your network. Because if you have 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 or more people, it's going to take you a long time to go through every single one of them. And you already have the love, trust, and respect. So that's one area. If you don't want to graph search or if you're having trouble, as you're not alone, Fiona, a lot of people have had trouble with it.
I'm actually just getting the function. Like I don't have a problem reaching out. My problem.
No, it's the function that people are having trouble with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just, because there are a few where I could go and I found mutual friends and that actually was very successful for me.
Okay, great. Excellent.
But it's sort of like now I'm kind of like in a standstill.
So I don't have my share screen up on my laptop. So I'm going to walk you through it just from my PC, which unfortunately I can't share with you. But when you go into Facebook, up at the top you have the search bar. What's one thing that you've been searching for?
So if I look for weight loss, Redondo Beach.
So people who love weight loss. Okay. You're going to get a lot of people in isogenics.
Yeah.
That's going to come up immediately. On your Facebook, you're going to have top posts, people, photos, videos, pages, places, groups, apps, and events. Click on people.
And I get nothing.
And I did too.
So what I have been doing is going through posts, which actually is kind of more useful sometimes because if they have something interesting they're posting about, then I go in and try to look for him. It's just more time consuming than what he had proposed.
Yeah. And I love that, Fiona, because that will actually let you know their personality very fast. And it's going to let you know if they're in isogenics very fast. And don't friend isogenics people. There's no reason to do that. Yeah. You're building friendships with people that you can build a business with. So that's a great one. Do that. But no, it's the functionality and actually getting it to work that people are having trouble with. Not necessarily reaching out. It's that. I did do well when I did people who live in the UK. Let's see what I get now. Yeah, that comes up. I don't have that many.
If you search for people, it's
you just kind of have to play with it because sometimes you're going to get it, sometimes you don't get it, sometimes you hit it right, sometimes you have a Facebook bug. Go back to it and try and do it a couple different times. But the other thing too is there's so many ways to do it, and this is where he talks about you'll never run out of friends, you'll never run out of people to talk to. You can just go to a friend. Maybe you have a friend in network marketing. Maybe you have a friend in direct sales. And I want to talk about direct sales real fast after. But a friend who has a network of people that you really, truly want to work with, and just start reaching out to their friends. They're not going to know that you pinpointed them because you're just reaching out to mutual friends. No big deal. And if they're already in network marketing, they understand all of this. No one's going to be bothered unless they're already in an organization together. Then you don't want to try to take over an organization. That's bad. But real quick, I want to talk about direct sales because as you guys have noticed, Trudy Maples and Tanya Kirkpatrick and Kimberly Penn and all of those guys are really rising. And they're really pretty much beating out all of our millionaires that have been in different network marketing companies and in isogenics for a long time. And they're becoming the #1 earners. I mean, luckily, thank God, they're all kind of in our families, so we get to learn from them and see them and hear them. But I've really had to take a step back and look, what are they doing that's different than everyone else? Because what we're doing is very similar to a lot of the other teams. But they're doing something different because they're just climbing through the ranks and becoming number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 15 top earners, and they're all brand new. And they're really putting a lot of their systems in place. Direct sales, and I know, Chris, we talked a lot through Facebook before about direct sales, the difference between direct sales parties and network marketing. And with direct sales companies, they don't pay as much. There's not as much money. You host a party and the average, I don't know about now, but when I was doing it, the average sale was about $50. And you hope to have 10 people there, right? They usually pay about 25%. So you make about $100, $125 per party. And then you make percentages off of your different teams. So overall, a nice average income is right around $50,000 to $75,000. However, people in direct sales work hard. They work so hard, and they have really great integrity and great work ethic, and they're usually driven. So if you do want to kind of target a particular area, I'm going to recommend people in direct sales. I've been going with my old company. Haven't really built a ton there yet, but I just haven't found the right people yet. But I've brought a lot of them in, and a lot of them already do the product. They just haven't become explosive leaders yet. But the other thing about direct sales, and going back to Trudy and those guys, is direct sales companies are so good at giving them systems. And they have these systems intact. They know exactly what to do and how to do it, and they're not afraid to do it. They are your go-getter personalities. So that is an area I'm going to suggest if you want to graph search, or if you want to think of people go that direction. They also usually have very large networks, and they're very well loved, trusted, and respected because that's their job. That's their business. And you only get involved in these type of businesses if that's your personality. And if you're successful, all of that mixes. So I'm going to recommend that. Never run out of friends. And that's the whole purpose of how Jim was teaching us to go do this, do this, do this, and this in graph search. But if you just stick with the people you know and look in that until you've run through all of that, you're going to have thousands and thousands of people to go through and talk to. Okay, what else are you guys experiencing? And half of you are doing Facebook training and half of you are not. Okay, Journey's got some stuff.
Okay.
What do you have there,
Here's
Journey?
how I just used graph search while you guys were talking.
Okay, and how did that work?
I have about 50 names here on my sticky notes, 51. And they are friends who live in Gilbert.
Okay, guess we have a party on Saturday.
So I now have 50 people to invite to an event on Saturday. And I did the same thing with Fiona. Remember when I graph searched Redondo Beach just to see if I had any friends there? But I'm coming from a different place because I already have almost 4,000 friends. So I'm like, my whole process is just going through my friends and finding out who's who and who I can let go of so that I can open more space. And I'm getting more people than I'm losing. So I went from about 3,500 to about 3,800.
Right.
Since it's probably like, I think it was like 3888, but I just dropped a couple people because somebody posted some naked girl, and I was like, So it's easy. It's kind of a vetting process for me right now, but just a quick graph search of friends who live in Gilbert just gave me 51. And that didn't include everybody who's already in isogenics. There was probably about 12 people that were, like April and Lee and everybody. So
right.
That to me has been how it's worked. I'm in a little bit different situation because I'm not trying to make new friends. I'm kind of going through the friend requests as they come in. There's a lot of illegitimate friend requests out there. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but I'm just trying to get rid of people who aren't real people and trolls, and then reach out to anyone who comments or likes my stuff, gets an immediate note or comment back. And that seems working really well for me. So that's my 2 cents for Facebook.
Awesome. I love that, Journey, and I love that you brought up that point. Just working with those people that are liking and commenting, because they already have that love, trust, and respect for you. Now you just need to come in and ask them, hey, by the way, I'm giving away samples this week of my nutrition products. Have all the posts that you've been watching has ever occurred to you that you'd like to try something?
Yep,
yes or no? But earn them for the new people on the call. You don't just give away samples. They have to earn them. So this is a big topic on call number 2, I believe. It's either 1 or 2. Might be 1. And we make them earn them by talking to us. We ask them if we can put them in our product group, welcome them, find out how they like the group, talk to them. And then, with all of that going on, then feel free to send them a sample. And we're just sending them 1 sample. Some people are doing the hydrate. Some people are doing greens. Some people are doing ionics, $1 scenarios. And then you follow up with them. So you want to make sure that you keep track of all those people who you send it to. The other thing, I think on Jim's third call, he talks about categorizing. And in Facebook, you want to categorize your relationship with these people. So if you send out samples, you type in the category for samples. And then when you go back to follow up with people, you can just type in samples, and then all the people you've sent samples to are bam, 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 bam. So you can just quickly talk to them in private message. Did you receive your sample? Have you tried it yet? And then continue that conversation. And Jim gives you the exact words to say. So if you follow his book, he's going to tell you exactly what to say and what to do. But yeah, you really shouldn't ever run out of friends. And you can go so many different directions. Now, another thing that Journey brought up, which is something that we need to really, truly look at, you can invite people to events anywhere in the country. So or anywhere in the world, actually. So when Isogenics holds events like Super Saturdays or University in Action or ISU or whatever it is, and we're doing our start tours, they begin May 1st in Phoenix, and then they're traveling to different cities from May 1st to May 5th, I believe. So look up Isogenics events, do the start tours. If you want to graph search people between 18 and 35 and let them know about the start tours, and if you guys aren't familiar with START, that's for our people who are between 18 and 35. It's a huge group of motivated, fun, young people. Get to know it because you want to get people involved in that group. They are highly motivated. They have a lot of fun, and there's a lot of successful people in there. People who are never going to have the life that some of us do of having to go to work and having an employer. They're starting out their lives with owning their own business and earning money to make sure that they always have that business. But you can go into Isogenic Tours, do some graph search and say, hey, we have an event coming up. Start a conversation with them. Do you know of anyone who would be interested, whether they do or they know someone? Get them to go to that event and then follow up with them. You want to stay tight. You started a friendship. You invited them to an event. They're going to get super pumped up. Aaron, do our events pump people up?
Yes, they do.
Right? So as soon as they go to that event, you need to be on the phone and talk to them. And if they haven't enrolled, enroll them. And they probably got free enrollment that night. So there are multiple ways for you guys to seriously get out there and build, no matter where they are in the country. Jim likes to do things local because people seem to trust people in their own cities more. However, it doesn't necessarily matter. It really, truly does not. But if you do go local, then you can meet with them in person and you can invite them to other events. Or if you're the only one there, then you can start your own events together. But if you're not local and you reach out and you want to concentrate on Chicago or New York or a place that you want to visit or maybe somewhere you want to move, just start building teams there, and then you're going to have a reason to go there. Honestly, I've seen huge bursts in teams that don't live in the same city as their leaders. I mean, Chris, for an example, moved to Florida, and your team is booming ever since you moved. Aaron and I, of course, are not in the same town whatsoever. I'm just using people that are here right now. Brent and April's, the majority of their team is in Wisconsin, and they live in Phoenix. So, don't worry about building locally. However, if you do, take advantage of that and say, hey, let's get together. Let's meet. Does that make sense? You guys are all go-getters. Every single person on this call right now is a go-getter. So does that work for you guys to just reach out and invite them to different things? Or does that make anyone nervous? And it's okay if it does.
That's a great idea.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, and there's so many events right now, Jill. And Jill, you can reach out to people who have grandchildren that are 18 to 35 or children that are 18 to 35. Because here's what someone explained at an Eric Worre event. It can be difficult for people of a certain age to relate to people that are of a different age, especially if we're older. we have a hard time relating to them and they have a hard time relating to us. But what one of the gentlemen talked about, he's younger, and so he had a hard time relating to older people, but he just started talking to his friends, and if his friends didn't have an interest, he's like, hey, what about your parents? Do your parents have an interest? And so he kind of gained a huge team by going through his friends and then getting their parents started, rather than just starting to go an older direction. I've done well reaching out to parents who have children in that age group. I have not done well just reaching out to a younger group.
So
But
it's interesting because
I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, this is fantastic for my kid. And I kind of go the direction of feeding your kid healthy foods. So when I talk kids, I'm talking all ages, but I love teenagers, and I love teenagers in sport. And I really kind of talk to them about that. And coming as a parent, you really want to feed your teenager really good health products. And so they understand. But a lot of these teenagers are 15, 16, 17, 18 years of age. They're starting to think about money. They're starting to think about freedom. They don't want to live the same life as their parents. So I'm inviting them to the START tours. Come and visit and get to know what we have to offer before you go to college. And maybe this helps you pay for college. Yeah, Fiona.
Stephanie, I have actually two things. One, Journey, I don't know if you remember, but there was actually a gal who came to my party for her mother and ended up ordering a system for her mother. And so her mother is now on it. It's been a little bit hard for me because I'm not really coaching her mom. So there's a little bit of a strange, connection there. The other thing I was going to tell you that just went out of my head was, I have a question. So my son is 17 and he's a preferred customer. He's been chomping at the bit to do this. But the thing is, now that he's a preferred customer, can't he start referring people? So he just can't make commission. He can make referral bonuses.
Correct. He can't turn into an upgrade to an associate until he's 18.
But there's no limit on referrals.
Building that team like crazy right now and getting product coupons. But he's building his team.
Yeah.
So as soon as he turns 18, he has his personally enrolled already started and in place.
Oh my gosh, this is going to completely...
The biggest millionaires that I saw and witnessed, and it's happening still in Isogenics now, and it happened in my other direct sales companies, were go-getter parents with 16 and 17-year-old children who watched them, learned the business from them, did whatever they could to get started, and then as soon as they turned 18, they went. Trudy and Nathan's kids. Mm-hmm. All right, Cherie and why am I forgetting his name? Help me out, Raquel or Linda. They just immediately took off because they watched their parents. They got it. They understood it. They went out. They started talking to their friends already ahead of the game. And then you teach that no fear in them, right? They have that understanding of fear and someone saying no to them because they're watching you get it. And then they already started to get it. So they understand, hey, that has nothing to do with me. They just may or may not be interested in my product right now.
Cool.
Yeah. Have fun.
That's pretty mind-blowing, actually. I'm just...
Right?
He's gonna be over the moon. Yeah.
Right. And guys, now that we've switched from associate to customer first, you should all be enrolling your spouses and your children. Get those children on your tree. I don't care how old they are. I've had my children on for probably 3 years from, I think Cooper might have been 2 or 3 by the time I got him on the tree. We do have to pay for their enrollment every single year. But I think when I figured it out for my ages and my kids, it was $3,900 to keep their spot on the tree. They're not active. I don't put product under them. They just have a spot on the tree. So $3,900. How much is college going to cost? But if I can give them a spot on the tree with thousands of people underneath them by the time they turn 16, 17, 18 years old, what a beautiful gift. They may or may not do anything with it. It's still a write-off from me every year. All right, let's talk customer first and this program. I want to make sure that everyone understands how easy this program has made our business. It has really changed the game. We are now, if you want to really look at it as an online store, we are very similar with a lot of differences, but just for the easy idea, we're very similar to getting an account with Amazon Prime, getting an account, I always say Fabletics because I love Fabletics, getting an account with Costco. All we're doing is sharing this product and asking someone to place an order. We're not asking someone to join our business unless they want to. We're not asking someone to be a business builder unless they want to. We're just asking people to order products. And by those people ordering, you receive your customer. And then if they have two people, I see you, Journey. And then if they have two people, you've got a consultant. So it's really changing the game in how, and you just brought up, Journey, how faster it's making consultant and how people are rank advancing, but it's also making it easier for people to maintain their ranks. And also, when it comes to orders, and it does not show in the system just yet, there's a little glitch, so don't stress about it if you see it. So for an example, I'll just use fake names. Susie has two people on her right side that are not ordering 100 BV, which used to be the case. You had to have a left and a right with active 100 BV. If Susie has two people with 55 BV, let's say two people order the Belly Buster program, that counts as having her active right. Multiple orders from the same side, you have to personally enroll them, of course, and that counts to give you your active. Now, that's not explosion and that's not growth, but for consultants that are hanging in there, they don't necessarily want to build a business, but they've shared it with people, and you're counting on them to stick with it for your rank advancements, this is a huge deal. All right, Journey, your question or comment?
Found out this morning that in order for someone to order one of the seasonal shakes, they actually have to hit the sign up and save button in order to see that flavor. So that's like
so they can't just order as a customer.
They can't. They have to sign up and save in order to get the flavor, which makes sense. But, you know, I got so excited this morning because I'm like, oh, what a great way for people to just like try one thing, right? And when I went to go test it out to see if it worked, I had to do sign it. I posted it on Top Leaders. I don't know if you saw that, but I posted it on Top Leaders and somebody answered right away. You have to click the sign up and save in order to see the seasonal shake flavor. So just a heads up to everybody, if you were going to use that as your product to introduce to people, they will have to get the membership, but we've got the free membership code out there, so that shouldn't be too much. You're not going to be able to go to your URL and find it.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Journey. Yeah, free enrollment tonight, Believe. And then there most likely will be another one tomorrow. If you've got lots of people who want to come in, but they're just not ready quite yet, for some reason it happened, go ahead and get all of their information, fill out an enrollment form, and say, great, I'm going to have free enrollment on Wednesday. How about Wednesday we just go for it? Or some people wait till payday. Get their information, write it down, save it, and say, okay, it's Friday, it's payday. Are you ready to go? And then you don't have to worry about going back and forth. You can just put those orders in. And Journey, going back to the seasonal shakes, it's up to you if you want to run your business this way, and you have to make a decision if it's correct for you or not. But you can always gather people's orders and place them for them if they're just ordering 1 or 2 canisters.
I did.
Put them in other people's accounts. You can call customer service, and customer service will put them under other people for you.
Will they do that without that person's permission? Because I had that conversation today with somebody, and I was hesitant to say, like, yeah, just put them under anyone, but I just think that they should probably have that person's permission.
You should always have their permission. And there might be different reasons why they don't want you to. Maybe they can't earn a certain amount of money or something, or, that just makes them nervous to do that. Always get people's permission before you just place an order under them.
Yeah, because somebody inboxed me today.
And you have these extra orders, I like to go as far deep down as I possibly can so that whoever's at the bottom, all of the other people can gain that business volume from these extra orders. And whether, it's 55 or 67 or 100 BB or whatever it is, could help a lot of people cycle. And so take advantage of that. Try not to put any extra orders in your own account. Always go as deep as you possibly can. You don't have to do your own personally enrolled. You can go anywhere on the tree that you want to, whoever you want to gift or help or whatever you want it to be. All right, any questions about the Customer First program, and especially from the newer people, because that's kind of where I'm getting questions. The biggest questions I'm receiving are, well, do I enroll them as an associate or as a customer preferred? And the only choice is customer preferred. And we're doing that so that people can be a customer, meet people where they're at. Then if they decide, hey, I want to share this, and like Aaron and Damon knew immediately they wanted to, great. All you need to do is go into your back office, upgrade to an associate, you watch the video, give your date of birth, social security number, and you're. But if you just want to be a customer, just come in and be a customer. And you get product coupons, or you can receive the cash when you decide to. It's taken a lot of pressure off, and for our newer people, that's really a huge thing for them. Not have to ask for a social security number, date of birth, and explain. You don't have to do this as a business. They don't have to explain that anymore. Hey, you want to place an order? I have phenomenal shakes. This program is great. Look at me. Don't I look fantastic? Don't you want to do what I'm doing? All of those different things. And just say, hey, great. We can just sign you up with an account. I just need your email address, phone number, and let's go. Simple, easy. And when we take away those fears of other people, they will enroll a lot more and a lot faster. And then if they decide to become an associate and start waving their hand, then we really rock and roll with them. Questions from you guys? Any concerns or questions? Aaron just sits there with the smile on. I know his wheels are turning.
I just want to go back to my Facebook and try to pull out more names. I don't know what to. I know they say you don't want to come across as selling or that stuff, but I know there's probably a lot of potential to attack it. I don't know the right way to go about it. That's what I'm just kind of.
Okay, so I'm going to get you that book because I know you gave the book to your mom, or you got it back. Okay, go back to that book or go back to Jim's videos, and then I'll get that in the mail to you. But you're really just reaching out and saying hello. How are things going? And if it's been a relationship that you have not spoken to them in more than 90 days, you're kind of just rebuilding the relationship. Now, some people will dive in. And usually business people are going to dive in fast. So what are you up to, Aaron? What's going on? I saw some pictures of you and your weight loss. Do you own another company? What are you doing? And they're just going to ask you questions. And then you respond with yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I joined this nutrition company and I'm already making money. I'm helping people. I've brought in friends and family and they're already making a difference. It's amazing. Would you like more information about it? And either yes or no. And if it's no, great, no problem. Hey, I'm really glad that we're talking to each other and kind of going back and forth a little bit. But on a side note, if you ever know of anyone who is looking for something that I can help with, please let me know and I'll reach out to them. And just let them know referrals. Never be offended if they're not interested. They're not interested. It's okay. We're just looking for those that are. But just reach out to people. Now, if it's been less than 90 days and you've talked to them recently or your friend or you're talking to each other on Facebook or in person, just, hey, reach out. Hey, guys, I know you've seen my posts. I'm so excited about this new nutrition company that I've been with. Do you have any interest or any questions about what we're doing? Because this is really taking off and people are changing the way that they're eating and living and feeling. You can be abrupt with people. You can be in their face without being salesy, but do it in a private message, not on your posts. mean, every once in a while, do a power post. We always talk about 80% personal and 20% business, but throw in a power post every once in a while and ask people. Give them some kind of really incredible story, like a rank advancement, or when Damon and Jill rank advance and you want to celebrate them. Who else wants to join our team? All right. Stacia was on earlier. She's not right now. But Stacia joined me when I had one of my celebrations at the company for earning $500,000. And she's like, hey, seriously? Are you really? And I said, yes, I am. She's like, I'm joining. I'm in. Right? Don't be afraid to put stuff out there. You just don't want to be salesy about it. But you can recognize, you can celebrate people. If you make it social, it's not salesy. Okay. So I'm so excited that my friend Damon has joined me in our health mission, both with the products and the business. Thanks so much, Damon, for believing in me. I appreciate you very much. Thanks. You know, something like that. That's not salesy, right? That's just, hey, I love you. I'm letting the world know I love you, man. But you're going to catch other people's attention. Well, I want to do what Aaron and Damon are doing. I've always wanted to hang out with them. What are they up to? People will respond to you just because they want to hang out with you. You'll be surprised. And our call is going to end in just a minute. If you guys want, we can jump back on, or we can end for tonight. But I do want to really go into the 90-day game plan. Let's get this started. We were looking at the dates of May 9th. Let's get everyone rocking and rolling on the 90-day game plan. I'll start putting information out there, how to get it if you don't already have a book, and really start. Just talk to people about placing orders. It's not about building a business. You're going to do that by placing orders. That's how businesses become businesses. They get customers, and the customer places orders.